وحده صدق وعده ونصر عبده وأعز جنده وهزم الأحزاب وحده. لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا الله مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وعلى أصحاب سيدنا محمد وعلى أنصار سيدنا محمد وعلى أزواج سيدنا محمد وعلى ذرية سيدنا محمد وسلم تسليما كثيرا. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا. لا إله إلا الله وحده صدق وعده ونصر عبده وأعز جنده وهزم الأحزاب وحده. لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وعلى أصحاب سيدنا محمد وعلى أنصار سيدنا محمد وعلى أزواج سيدنا محمد وعلى ذرية سيدنا محمد وسلم تسليما كثيرا. لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا. لا إله إلا الله وحده صدق وعده ونصر عبده وأعز جنده وهزم الأحزاب وحده. لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وعلى أصحاب سيدنا وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وعلى أصحاب سيدنا محمد وعلى أنصار سيدنا محمد وعلى أزواج سيدنا محمد وعلى ذرية سيدنا محمد وسلم تسليما كثيرا. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر الله.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا لا إله إلا الله وحده صدق وعده ونصر عبده وعز جنده وهزم الأحزاب وحده لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وعلى أصحاب سيدنا محمد وعلى أنصار سيدنا محمد وعلى أزواج سيدنا محمد وعلى ذرية سيدنا محمد وسلم تسليما كثيرا رب اغفر لي ولوالدي رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. Brothers and sisters, everyone inshallah ta'ala is going to be in their homes saying the takbirat in the most beautiful voice inshallah ta'ala, proclaiming the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and remembering his prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We don't have too much time before we break for salah. We want to make sure that we take advantage of these moments inshallah ta'ala by making our takbirat and raising our voices loud, that in unison inshallah ta'ala and our hearts drawn together in unison and our beautiful voices will resonate inshallah ta'ala to the heavens. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahil hamd. Allahu Akbar kabira. والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا لا إله إلا الله وحده صدق وعده ونصر عمده وعز جنده وهزم الأحزاب وحده لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وعلى أصحاب سيدنا محمد وعلى أنصار سيدنا محمد وعلى أزواج سيدنا محمد وعلى ذرية سيدنا محمد وسلم تسليما كثيرا رب اغفر لي ولوالدي رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر. الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأسيلا. لا إله إلا الله وحده صدق وعده ونصر عبده وعز جنده وهزم الأحزاب وحده. لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وعلى أصحابه وعلى أنصاره وعلى أزواجه وعلى ذرية سيدنا محمد وسلم تسليما كثيرا. رب اغفر لي ولوالدي رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا. لا إله إلا الله وحده صدق وعده ونصر وعده وعز جنده وهزم الأحزاب وحده. لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وعلى أصحاب سيدنا محمد وعلى أنصار سيدنا محمد وعلى أزواج سيدنا محمد وعلى ذرية سيدنا محمد وسلم تسليما كثيرا. رب اغفر لي ولوالدي رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. Brothers and sisters, make sure we're not getting tired. We want to make sure our tongues are moist with remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala after this long and beautiful month of connecting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We want to make sure that we exit this month and as we celebrate today with the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So make your voices loud in unison together, inshallah ta'ala. Also, as a final reminder, if you have not paid your zakat al-fitr, you must do so immediately. It has to be done before the Salat al-Eid. You can go online. It's $10 per person in your household. So please go online and do that now. And then everybody together, inshallah ta'ala. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. ولله الحمد. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر. ولله الحمد. الله أكبر الله أكبر. الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر. ولله الحمد. الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا. لا إله إلا الله وحده صدق وعده ونصر عبده وعز جنده وهزم الأحزاب وحده. لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد، على أصحاب سيدنا محمد وعلى أنصار سيدنا محمد وعلى أزواج سيدنا محمد وعلى ذرية سيدنا محمد وسلم تسليما كثيرا. رب اغفر لي ولوالدي، رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر. ولله الحمد. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر. ولله الحمد. Inshallah ta'ala, brothers and sisters, we have a message from our mayor, Mayor Womack of the North Brunswick Township, who was able to send us a message this morning. He just wanted to say a few words for us, and then we'll continue, inshallah ta'ala, after that with the takbir.
Hi, this is Mac Womack, the mayor of North Brunswick. Eid Mubarak to our friends at the New Brunswick Islamic Center. I know that this Ramadan has been like no other, but our township is blessed and grateful for the good works of your family. You are an important part of our community, and you have proven it with your leadership and good deeds throughout this most difficult time. I know that Ramadan has not been easy. Nonetheless, you have made life better and easier for all the residents of North Brunswick, and we most appreciate it. Eid Mubarak.
We thank the mayor of North Brunswick, Mac Womack, for his greetings. And now let's return, inshallah ta'ala, to the takbirat we're going to do for a little bit. Then Sheikh Shadi will explain about the Salatul Eid again and what you have to do. For that, we will break for Salatul Eid and do our Eid prayers. Then after that, inshallah ta'ala, we will all return back online at 9:30 to hear the Eid message from Dr. Shadi. So please, inshallah ta'ala, prepare yourself for that. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahi alhamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahi alhamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahi alhamd. Allahu Akbar kabira. والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا لا إله إلا الله وحده صدق وعده ونصر عبده وعز جنده وهزم الأحزاب وحده لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وعلى أصحابه وعلى أنصاره وعلى أزواجه وعلى ذرية سيدنا محمد وسلم تسليما كثيرا رب اغفر لي ولوالدي رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. If for some reason you can't see the takbir on the screen, it is on the website www.nbic.org. You can download the takbirat as well on the website. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا لا إله إلا الله وحده صدق وعده ونصر عبده وعز جنده وهزم الأحزاب وحده لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وعلى أصحاب سيدنا محمد وعلى أنصار سيدنا محمد وعلى أزواج سيدنا محمد وعلى ذرية سيدنا محمد وسلم تسليما كثيرا رب اغفر لي ولوالدي رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا لا إله إلا الله وحده صدق وعده ونصر عبده وعز جنده وهزم الأحزاب وحده لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وعلى أصحاب سيدنا محمد أنصار سيدنا محمد وعلى أزواجه وعلى ذرية سيدنا محمد وسلم تسليما كثيرا. رب اغفر لي ولوالدي رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. I feel some of you are getting tired. No, not now. We're just coming to the end, inshallah ta'ala, in your homes with loud voices, proclaim the takbirat. This is the sunnah of the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam. Everybody in a loud voice, let it resonate throughout your house and your neighborhoods, inshallah ta'ala. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahil hamd. Allahu Akbar kabira. والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا. لا إله إلا الله وحده صدق وعده ونصر عبده وعز جنده وهزم الأحزاب وحده. لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وعلى أصحابه وعلى أنصاره وعلى أزواجه وعلى ذرية سيدنا محمد وسلم تسليما كثيرا. رب اغفر لي ولوالدي رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. Inshallah ta'ala, we're going to do one more time in unison, like I said, with our most beautiful voices before we hear from Dr. Shadi, Sheikh Shadi, regarding the Salat al-Eid and what we'll be doing at home and instructions for that. So one more time, inshallah ta'ala, in your most beautiful voices, everybody. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Walillahil hamd. Allahu Akbar kabira. والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا. لا إله إلا الله وحده صدق وعده ونصر عبده وعز جنده وهزم الأحزاب وحده. لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وعلى أصحابه وعلى أنصاره وعلى أزواجه وعلى ذرية سيدنا محمد وسلم تسليما كثيرا رب اغفر لي ولوالدي رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. Inshallah ta'ala, just a quick announcement. If the owner of a black Honda Civic, no, that shouldn't be happening today. Alhamdulillah. Inshallah ta'ala, we will hear from Sheikh Shadi explaining about the Eid Salah and what we will be doing at homes and our homes. For those who are going to also be doing a khutbah and haven't prepared one, Sheikh Shadi has put together a very simple khutbah that you can read, and it is available online. So if you're going to be planning on doing that, please do that now as Sheikh Shadi is explaining, so you can have that ready for you and be ready to be back at 9:30, inshallah ta'ala.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Eid Mubarak to everyone. And inshallah, it's going to be, alhamdulillah, it's a beautiful day out. And in New Jersey, it's a wonderful day out. And we hope to see you all in a little bit at 11 o'clock when we have our drive-through Eid. So, but in the meantime, we have some orders of business. First of all, the sunnah of Eid is make sure that you break your fast and you eat something before you observe the salah. And I know for myself, I'm definitely eating this little cookie here, which is called kahk, very important for Egyptians. If you don't know what it is, if you have any Egyptian friends, then you need to know what it is because it's that important. And now for the salah, the how-to of salah, which alhamdulillah, we've said it so many times, but we'll say it again. And I will share this document so you could all watch along as I explain how to pray Salat al-Eid. Okay, so the document, the way it looks like is, and it's probably been circulating how to pray Eid, but this is what it looks like. Okay, the first thing that you want to do is you have to make the intention, of course, that you're going to pray Salat Eid al-Fitr. There is no adhan and no iqamah. You're going to go upstairs or go wherever you go for your prayer, and you are to recite aloud. Okay, you can do this as a family, as a group, or all alone. It could be by man or by woman. Okay. The first thing is you open with takbir for the Hanafi school. Okay, open with takbir of ihram and thana. So takbiratul ihram means that you raise your hand and you say Allahu Akbar to open the prayer. That's what we call takbiratul ihram. Thana is something that if you know it, you know it. If you don't try to learn it right now. But it is what many people understand and is known. That is Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik wa tabarak asmuk wa ta'ala jadduk wa la ilaha ghayruk. And then you say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Then Fatiha and Surah. In the second rak'ah, now it's reversed. You recite the Fatiha and the Surah first. And then you say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. And then you go say Allahu Akbar to go into ruku'. So literally all it is 3 in the front in the first rak'ah and 3 extra takbirs in the back in the second rak'ah. That's all it is. Now for the other madhabs, okay, some people will say Arabs and non-Arabs, but that doesn't necessarily always apply. But the Shafi'i and Maliki madhabs will do 7 takbirs in the front and 5 takbirs in the front. Right? First rak'ah, 7 takbirs, and in the second rak'ah, 5 takbirs. All right, before you recite Fatiha and Surah. As for the Eid khutbah, if you are giving an Eid khutbah, we'll put a sample up right now, and you could read it. You're allowed to read the Eid khutbah, and this is wajib or sunnah in the Hanafi school, but not in the others. So let me provide you now with the Eid khutbah that you can read along. You could read it. You could follow. Just read it from your mobile phones or whatever you want to read it on. Okay, so this is a very simple sample Eid khutbah that you can read along. Okay, I'm going to have to. It might be a bit small, but that's how we're going to fit it onto the screen, and that's it. Right, this is the entire Eid khutbah. Okay, so we'll stop here. We will go for Eid prayer. Let me just open the live chat real quick to see if anyone has any comments or questions. I know that every time we did this, there were some questions, just to make sure everyone's clear on what they're doing. I mean, subhanAllah, everyone's learning a little bit of fiqh this year, so that's a good thing. All right, mashallah, a lot of viewers here. Everyone's saying Eid Mubarak, and it doesn't seem like there are any questions on how to. So it looks like everyone's good to go on Eid. All right, so we'll be back at 9:30. So this way you can go in, you can pray your Eid, you can eat something real quick, and you can pray Eid. If you want, if you're giving a khutbah to your family, give the khutbah, and we'll be back. And here is some questions. I'm by myself. Yes, you pray Eid by yourself. Pray the 2 rak'ah is exactly what we said. Is there any other opinion on praying Eid at home? The opinion is that you can do it. You're only doing this because we can't pray it otherwise in the masjid. Otherwise, it would not have. We would not be able to do it at home, only because we have to. Does it require 4 men for the jama'ah? Can't exactly recall if it requires the jama'ah. All right, I'll give it another second. See if anyone has any final questions. All right, looks like everyone is good to go. So we'll pray and we'll be back at 9:30 for a short address, and then some more information about the 11 o'clock drive-through. This is a halal drive-by. All right. So. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما. I hope everyone had an easy time doing their Salat al-Eid. There's that what some people call the so-called Eid Muslim. Well, now the Eid Muslim is a little bit of a faqih. He knows something about Salat al-Eid. So this is something that one of the beauties of Islam in this lockdown is that it has the power to keep people busy from the humum and the ghumum that occur to people. And many people are worried about economy. Many people are worried about all sorts of different things. And if you don't have a Lord to give you direction and give you instruction and show us how to live, then we could have too much time on our hands to be busy, to start worrying. And one of the ni'am, the great ni'am and blessings of this deen is that it gives us so much to fill our lives with. And this past Ramadan, for many people, has been a very busy month. It's been a month of, as usual, sacrifice, but it's been a month that's kept us on our toes, that's kept us wondering, well, what's going to happen? How are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? All of that, we have to see it as a big ni'mah, because it's filling voids. It's filling voids in time. It's filling voids in our attention. Human beings always paying attention to something. The question is, what are we paying attention to? And this month also teaches us one of the most important lessons about happiness, which is that delayed gratification is the path of the intelligent. Allah Ta'ala gives us and tells us there are فَمِنْهُمْ شَقِيٌّ وَسَعِيدٌ. Some people are miserable and some people are felicitous or happy or joyful. What is sa'ada, first of all? Happiness is what all human beings are chasing, and that is, it is inbisatun nafs, the expansion of your chest. It's literally a feeling that your chest is wide open. That's what it is. All of us human beings, what are we chasing? We're chasing feelings. We're chasing one feeling, that your chest is vast and wide open. And shaqawa, misery, is that your chest is collapsing. Don't confuse happiness and sadness with pain and pleasure. A lot of pain can produce a lot of happiness, and a lot of pleasure can produce a lot of grief and sadness. But the path of Islam is also known as tariq al-sa'ada, and the Prophet is oftentimes described as as'ad al-khalq, the happiest of the khalq. So this path, sa'ada, is the imbisats of the nafs for something good that is here, present, لِخَيْرٍ مَوْجُودٍ أَوْ مُنْتَظَرٍ, or that is awaited in the future. And all of Ramadan is a microcosm of a little bit of delayed pleasure for a lot of happiness at the end of the day. And that's exactly what this hayat ad-dunya is for us. A little bit of delayed pleasure for an eternal happiness afterwards. And the paradise of a Muslim does not begin when he dies. The paradise of a Muslim is happening at all times, whenever he's reaping the fruits of past acts of worship. Any prohibition that a Muslim has stayed away from, it's a prohibition for the protection of the future. If you stayed away from zina, then you get to enjoy life without diseases, without having the responsibility of maybe a child out of wedlock. If you avoid usurious loans, you get to enjoy a life without a huge debt. If you avoided alcohol and drugs, you get to enjoy a life of sobriety. And if you don't know the value of it, then listen and go watch what some AA meetings, Alcoholics Anonymous meetings, what they sound like. These people are dying to have one day, 1 week, 1 year of what you as a Muslim have just from being raised without drugs and alcohol. They would die to have 1 year, 1 month of sobriety. And this is a ni'mah that Allah Ta'ala has given us, which we don't even realize we're living in it. Marriage is something that so many people are struggling to find, yet Islam facilitates this by keeping us together in masajid, where we could meet people of like-minded and like values and like beliefs and like morals. So this paradise and this pleasure and this sa'ada is not just in the afterlife, it's in this dunya first. By delaying some pleasures in order to have longer term happinesses in the future. Look at the elders in Islam. And almost 1 year ago, we all came to MBIC and buried the late Safed Karavik. May Allah Ta'ala give him Jannah al-Firdaus, and may Allah Ta'ala unify all of his large clan with him in Jannat al-Firdaus and make him a shafi' for them. But he passed away in the month of Ramadan, and we had a large funeral in the masjid, which really was almost like a festival. And that is a celebration of what is it like when you become old in Islam, when you age in Islam, and all the years of ibadah start catching up, and all the years of obedience to Allah Ta'ala start bringing its reward. So the end of life of a Muslim is also a sliver of his paradise, not in his body, not in not in one's physical health or one's state of being physically, but in one's state of being emotionally, 100%. And if you ask anyone, what's more important, your emotional state or your physical state? Everyone who has any sense will tell them emotional state. What's the point of being a superstar athlete, but the world around you is collapsed? Nobody likes you, nobody wants you. Look at those people who were superstars in their physical bodies, but depressed on the inside. And yet, by following this deen and living by it year after year, decade after decade, we reach our old age and we get a sliver of that paradise by the simple fact that we have people around us that love us, that respect us, that honor us, that elevate us, that make dua for us. We're a people who are surrounded by other people. Islam is a deen that teaches us that sa'ada and happiness is not in specifically in wealth or food or drink, but it's in people. You'll be happier with people than with anything else. If you have good relations with your family and community and friends, and this is why it's very important from every now and then to ask ourselves and take a role. Who have we offended? Who have we upset? Who have we done dhulm to? And asked their forgiveness and mend those fences. And that we never seek for our careers and for our wealth, which is halal to seek, that we step over anyone's toes, that we hurt somebody in the process, that we alienate people and make people poor for our own sake and make people miserable for our own sake, because you'll get the wealth, but you'll also incur the wrath and the misery of it. All of Ramadan is teaching us delayed gratification for a longer term happiness. And doing this with our physical body and enjoying it physically is a metaphor for doing it in terms of meaning, because this world is divided into two categories. There's the realm of the physical, which we call al-hiss, and there's the realm of the abstract, which we call al-ma'na, which is the non-physical realities. The barakah of good relations with people is a non-physical reality. This is a deen that engenders, as much as possible, good relations with people. Stay away from fitan, stay away from backbiting. Have husn al-dhan. If anyone has ever had su' al-dhan and become angry with somebody, you're going to learn how bitter it is, the pill of regret. And so we should take all of these disciplines, the physical discipline of avoiding food and drink, which is so simple, but Allah's made it simple so everyone can understand, and now apply it to the ma'na, al-hiss wal-ma'na, the ma'na being the non-physical restraints that we have to observe on ourselves, and the non-physical discipline that we have, disciplines that are non-physical, the disciplines of cleaning our hearts, being with our jama'ah, the discipline of having husn al-dhan with Muslims, having a good opinion of Muslims and not having bad opinions of them that lead to feuds, the non-physical disciplines of constantly loving Allah Ta'ala and worshiping Him and turning back to Him with tadarru' in dua. Earlier this month, we said that one of the worst, the true deprivation, was the deprivation from prayer, being deprived of making dua. And we told the story, we talked about a story in which an ascetic was walking and the king was coming with his caravan, and they crossed paths, and the king stopped and he said, let's hunt some animals and eat, we're tired, and we'll have a little bit of a feast. And he saw this ascetic and he invited the ascetic, and the ascetic accepted, and he sat with the king and he said, what a coincidence, I'm sitting here with the king, I never expected this. And the king said, of course, so you're going to eat with us, and we want the barakah of someone who has left off all pleasures for the sake of Allah. And the ascetic said to him, O king, who told you I left off pleasures? In fact, I love pleasures. In fact, I think you're the one who left off pleasures. He said, how could that be? I have an entourage. I hunt whenever we want. We eat meat and we grill it, and we have all this wealth, and we have this great clothes, and we live in a castle. And where do you live? You live in a little hut and you wear a woolen frock, and you've given off pleasures. He said, no. In fact, I love pleasure and happiness so much that I sat calculating who's the owner of this pleasure. And I sat calculating which is the wisest, smartest pleasure to have. The pleasure that is guaranteed to disappear, or the pleasure that's guaranteed to remain. And so I chose the pleasure that's guaranteed to remain. So all of my discipline of leaving off this world and worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is for the sake that I also love to enjoy myself. And I want it eternally in the akhirah, not temporarily. So I'm not pleased with a short-term pleasure. And you, I see, is the real Zahid, because you're taking this short-term pleasure and you're sacrificing the long-term pleasure. You're going to go on Yawm al-Qiyamah and answer for all of what you had to do and how much money you wasted, etc. And so this is the understanding of people. All Muslims and all Sahaba were human beings. The Sahaba and even the Anbiya were human beings just like us that enjoyed all the pleasures of life, yet they were intelligent. They used their intellects with what Allah guided them, that true pleasures are oftentimes not in the physical, and true pleasures are oftentimes in the physical as well after discipline. They come after disciplining these pleasures, controlling these pleasures, then you can have them for long periods of time in this life, and then of course, eternally in the akhirah. I would like to make dua for those, again, who passed away in this past month, before Ramadan and during Ramadan. Amongst them, our brother Farid, who was a beautiful brother in the masjid. May Allah Ta'ala enter him into Jannat al-Firdaus. Likewise, brother, our Abrar uncle, who passed away before the month of Ramadan, may Allah enter him into Jannah. Likewise, the parent of a number of our friends have lost their parents. So we make dua for them and those whose names we haven't mentioned as well. Likewise, we make dua for those who are sick now, and including Imam Suhaib Sultan, who is suffering from a severe sickness of cancer, stage 3, or Allah knows best what stage it is, but it is a severe case of cancer. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him a speedy shifa. Likewise, we make dua for Sami Kadavic's father, who passed away last year, and for his mother, who is also sick. May Allah Ta'ala give her a speedy shifa and give her comfort. For all those who are sick in our community whose names we haven't mentioned, for them as well, that Allah gives them a speedy shifa. And for those who have passed away, whose names perhaps we missed and haven't mentioned, may Allah Ta'ala give them Jannat al-Firdaus. I hope that everyone has a good Eid, and I hope that everyone can possibly meet us at 11 o'clock at MBIC. And maybe if we have Sami Kadavic with us, he can explain for us a little bit on how this drive-through will exactly go through and how it will occur. It is at 11 o'clock. So it's only really in an hour and minutes. You can go and have
Sure.
I know I had my check. It's about 1,200 calories cookie, and guess what I did with it? I ate it, and I'm going to eat some more. So with that, let's turn it over to Sami Kadavic. Give us a little update on at 11 o'clock.
On behalf of NBIC, on behalf of the board, the president, the administration, Qari Basid, Dr. everyone at NBIC and the Ramadan team, we wish everybody a blessed Eid Mubarak and a wonderful day, inshallah ta'ala, that Allah ta'ala blesses this day to be a time of joy and sakina and tranquility for you and your families. We ask you to inshallah ta'ala to join us at 11 o'clock at MBIC, to come by, to give salams, to see the center that we missed so much, alhamdulillah, but also the opportunity to get some bagels for breakfast, some gifts, inshallah, for the children, some chocolates and sweets. And, but we just request that everybody follow the instructions regarding the traffic coming in, and to make sure you follow the volunteers who are directing that. And also to make sure you don't exit your car, right? We'd all love to run in and pray 2 rakahs in the mosque. Unfortunately, we cannot. You will not be able to use the bathroom in the mosque. The mosque is officially closed. So make sure you come. We would love to see you. Please remember everybody in your dua today, and everybody in the community. And if you're doing any drive-bys to other people's houses, what a beautiful thing. That's very nice. Make sure, though, you are following all government regulations and safety precautions for that. But Eid Mubarak, inshallah ta'ala. Are we going to be playing the video clip? All right, this is just something put together for everybody to see. Our brothers and sisters that we can't maybe physically see, we have an opportunity to see them virtually. For those who submitted their photos, we thank you for sharing of your family. We thank you of sharing something of your home, so that we can see your beautiful faces, even though we not be able to physically see you. We give virtual hugs, inshallah ta'ala. Obviously, that's for the brothers, so thank you for sharing that and for participating in that. Continue to look out for future NBIC programming as well. On online, we'll be keeping you up to date on what's going on with that. Jazakallah khairan. Thank you so much for everybody, for such a beautiful Ramadan, for such beautiful energy, for such a beautiful spirit that you shared with the community. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you and your families. And thank you for really internalizing this year the message that community begins at home. Community begins at home. Inshallah ta'ala, we're looking to see that communities that were raised in the homes as we return back to the masajid when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decides. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Eid Mubarak.
يا من أتيت فزدت حبنا، أسعدتنا وجمعت شملنا، أنت هدية من الله لنا، بعد انتظارنا لك طول السنة، فيك السرور والهنا، حمدا لك يا ربنا. عيد سعيد، let's enjoy this happy day. عيد مبارك, come on let's celebrate. عيد سعيد, let's enjoy this happy day. عيد مبارك, come on let's celebrate, celebrate, let's celebrate. Allah, Allah, thank you for this day. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Feeling so good, smiles and greetings everywhere. Eid Mubarak to everyone out there. Whole families, they gather and celebrate. Today's the day, so come on, no time to waste. Sometimes the world takes us so far, though miles apart. Today you're in my heart, 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 heart.
Eid Saeed, let's enjoy this happy day. Eid Mubarak, come on, let's celebrate. Eid Saeed, let's enjoy this happy day. Eid Mubarak, come on, let's celebrate, celebrate, let's celebrate. Allah, Allah, thank you for this day. إلهي يا الله Mubarak, come on, let's celebrate. Eidun Saeed, let's enjoy this happy day. Eidun Mubarak, come on, let's celebrate. Eidun Saeed, let's enjoy this happy day. Eidun Mubarak, come on, let's celebrate. Eidun Saeed, let's enjoy this happy day. Eidun Mubarak, come on, let's celebrate, celebrate, let's celebrate. Allah, Allah, thank you for this day.